So angles can also be measured in radians. Radians are the distance t traveled around the unit circle. So the unit circle is kind of a major topic in Trig, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But for right now, we're just talking about angle measurements in radians. And it is not necessary to write the word radians. Also, when no units are written, radians are assumed to be the units on it. So you'll see here that when it's positive, it's still going in the same direction as degrees, and negative is also the same. So it's very similar to degrees, it's just a different type of measure. So on our axes, this would be 0 radians, this would be pi over 2 radians, this would be pi radians, this would be 3 pi over 2 radians, and then a complete revolution would be 2 pi radians. And that really comes from the circumference of a circle. A lot of times people like to view these as their decimal equivalent, so it's kind of easier to, I guess, gauge where certain angle measurements are. So pi over 2 is the same thing as saying 0.5 pi. So it's kind of easier to compare decimals sometimes than fractions, but you don't have to. Pi is the same as 1 pi. 3 pi over 2 is the same as 1.5 pi, and then 2 pi is 2 pi. So when we're sketching these angles, pi over 3, that's the same thing as 0.3 repeating pi. So that's going to be in quadrant 1. And then 5 pi over 3, if you just type in 5 over 3 on your calculator and don't type in the pi, so 5 over 3, you get 1.6 repeating. So 1.6, that is bigger than 1.5. So that's going to be in quadrant 4. So I'm kind of looking at my quadrants here to know where do I sketch this angle at. So that's going to be right here.